Hello everyone, I am Boyejene Jalo, the Executive Director for Foundation for Rural and Urban Transformation, FORUT. We are happy to have been part of this unique experience that the World Bank and the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education put together. The 7 NGO consortium comprises Save the Children, and Save the Children served as the lead partner. And in addition to being responsible for the overall management of the project, they also had the responsibility to ensure safeguarding issues as well as the professional development of teachers. We had Handicap International that focused mainly on inclusive education. Concern Worldwide had the responsibility to swiftly and rapidly ensure that the vulnerability assessment of children took place, as well as working closely with Plan International on psychosocial care. We had Plan International that had the responsibility in ensuring that all gender responsive aspects of the project were well addressed. Focus 1000 was our meal expert, and they, in addition to regularly monitoring project activities, were also responsible for the baseline and endline surveys. We also had Street Child, and their responsibility was to lead the learning circles, and they used the teaching at the right level strategy to roll out the learning circles. Not the least, FORUT. We focused mainly on child protection, ensuring that the schools were well trained in ensuring that school-related GBV issues were addressed.
My name is Dr. David Moyina-Senge, the Minister for Basic and Senior Secondary Education for the government of Sierra Leone. Once we realized that COVID was here, and it was here to stay and for the long haul, and schools were being shut around the world, and we shut schools the first day that COVID hit, we set up what we call the Emergency Education Task Force that comprised government at the highest level of leadership with our partners, development partners, NGO, CSOs, and citizens. And for us, it was important that we did not go into school closures without an action plan. So 2 weeks before we closed schools, we set up the radio teaching program. But even at that, we had several pillars within the Emergency Education Task Force that focused on continuous learning, because we wanted the kids to learn, focused on preparations for safe reopening of schools, and we also needed to continue the development of our policies and our programs as we had them. So from the curriculum to teacher training where we could, to ensuring that we implemented new policies. And it was clear to us that government alone couldn't do it.
I am Mondiwa, Kalako Mondiwa. I'm the Chief of Party for the GPE NGO Consortium, which is basically a consortium of 7 organizations, non-government organizations, working in partnership with the Ministry of Education to deliver this educational emergency response that was funded by the Global Partnership of Education through the World Bank. This NGO consortium was established by the Ministry of Education itself to support the government deliver the education response program from 2021, particularly looking at the most vulnerable communities that had not been reached through the various interventions that had already been delivered by government and other agencies.
To show some of the impact of the awareness raised on COVID-19, we take you to selected districts to hear from the project beneficiaries.
Me na Mabinti Abdul Manaf Conte, a teacher of SLMB Primary School, Mangi Glory.
6 plus 3, who can answer the question? Yes, Musa?
First of all, I understand this project. GPE stands for Global Partnership for Education.
6 plus 3 is 9.
This project don't create greater impact at the school and the community at large. With the school, it don't help for raise awareness in the Peking then, at the same time the teachers then. It will help you for all learn about this COVID-19 protocols, preventive measures, and Boko other things, including for wash with hand, how for take care of yourself, how for prevent distancing, etc.
COVID-19 is a very dangerous disease.
As it go bad, that's it, they keep people there.
Yeah, I am Alpha Din Bangura, Deputy Director of Education, Western Area Urban District. I am actually aware about the NGO Consortium. I've been a part of it, doing the implementation. I've partaken in training on inclusive education, training on emergencies, and I think it has impacted a lot in our education system because our 4 key principles are actually, these interventions are actually in line with these principles, talking about comprehensive safety, radical inclusion that has some link to inclusive education.
Then give revenue a bucket for wash your hands, then give face masks, then they teach you back for social distances.
We thank God for this GPE. Today we dey sit down a class, we dey near ourselves. But through this project where don't come, then teach we about many things. Then teach we about this social distance. After using the toilet, wash your hands with soap and clean water. Where they ready for cough, let not go cough near a company for make so. We're ready for sneeze. So we thank God this GP, it don't highlight, we boku in there.
We now show you how the consortium continue to make education accessible to all children in the hard-to-reach communities through the learning circuits and how it was helped children to increase their literacy and numeracy skills.
Which letter is this? E. Letter E, no so?
Yes.
The project we encounter to name GPE, Global Partnership for Education. Inside the GPE, the package that we be inside. Number 1 are the learning circle we then call TARL. TARL na TARL, we mean teaching at the right level. Teaching at the right level, we na TARL. They know they look at how the picking size there. They know they look at the picking height. Then they look at the picking learning ability. Before this time, the school curriculum with the say, then they promote picking them based on your size, familiarity, or the usage. You go for teacher, then promote you. But TARL not they look into that. TARL they look at the learning ability of that picking.
This learning circle, since when we don't introduce at the school, we don't really create a lot of impact, both at the beginning life and also we as a teacher at the school.
Okay, for instance, if we say letter E, which sound way letter E they go with? Let's talk again. All together. Let's clap for ourselves.
What it don't do for me, TARL don't make I able get confidence by education. So I not be sabi 5 hours, I not sabi digit number now, I sabi count, but rather I not be sabi them. TARL class don't make I don't sabi but cutting. I not be sabi the digit number now, I able write the digit number back, I able do maths, but I able do letter writer but my school and composition. TARL don't able make, I able read, I they pronounce letter then, I they write, confirm. I don't sabi all this because of I they attend the learning circle.
Between upper and lowercase letters.
Yes, I'm a trained and qualified teacher from Jala, but all the methodology where I learned in Jala, where I come, where I be don't use, yeah, it is very good. But like when I compare with this particular one, I really see a vast difference, and also if I get a chance, me go even recommend this particular system for like a day within the school curriculum system within the Sierra Leone.
Lastly, the consortium supported all children to access learning through the Back to School campaign and the provision of learning materials and assistive devices to the physically challenged.
My name Mususao. I attend St. Kizito Senior Secondary School Panguma. I tell the GEP the thank you because we are not be get this glass, I not be the C5, I not the able read. So I don't get now at the C5, at the able read. So I tell the GEP the thank you.
I want to say thanks and appreciation to GPE for letting count this program at my school because we get a lot of challenges. We will get before we picking the way physically challenged. And they become into our aid. We not be get devices for give them with picking the way they get physically challenged now with school. They come in the program now with school. They bring their picking them, they give the material way they picking them for use.
Save the children GPE. Now they bring for a bag, book, pencil with mathematics cassette.
I be the can at school, I be the can no plastic, but when they give me this thing there, I not be get there. When they give me there, I feel free, happy.
I bless this project so we come. Because the whole project not been there, me because they strain me back the strain. And you not get popo back, you not get radio. Because the na pan plastic back be they put in books there. But I bless this project so come. I bless them being and I feel happy. And me pick it back, I feel happy. Because when they come on at school, when you reach, when you study small, you take in radio, you begin listening news there. And I bless them.
So yes, I'm very happy, to see that we've actually successfully achieved all the project objectives and its outcomes. We were able to expand access to information for our beneficiaries in hard-to-reach areas. This includes children with disabilities, parents with low literacy levels, by producing this simple read, easy read messages, posters, the various radio programs that we've done, and actually in the end-line assessment, we've actually seen improved levels of knowledge among the children as well as the parents as well. But we're also happy to see that the distance learning mechanism that we've tried, the learning circles, we are seeing significant gains in terms of learning. Learners being able to improve their literacy skills, their ability to do two-digit number operations within a short space of time. And we're also happy to see that we've helped the schools to improve the learning environment, and the delivery of the assistive devices that we have done, as well as the training of teachers in inclusive education. It really makes us proud to see that everything that we plan to achieve, we've achieved successfully.
The government of Sierra Leone, through its Quick Action Economic Recovery Program, set up ways in which we can support continuous learning and all of the emergency education tasks. But that was not enough. And we were lucky to get some support from GPE, the Global Partnership for Education, as additional financing to an ongoing program that we have with the World Bank and the Multi-Donor Trust Fund. First of all, there was a Multi-Donor Trust Fund. It was the first time we were setting up a trust fund in the country. And then we used this opportunity to create NGO Consortium. The consortium is a mix of local NGOs and international NGOs, equal partners, co-owners, and the idea was governments cannot possibly implement all of the activities within our GPE program, and within our national programs, within our World Bank program, but the time was going quickly, and so we invited the NGO Consortium to work with us on the implementation of these programs across all the pillars. I must say it's the best thing we've ever done. I think within partnerships, within being able to accelerate delivery, within being able to reach everywhere, yes, there's a ministry official in every district, but we all don't have the same capacity to work in the same ways that these NGOs have. And I think for me, when I think about innovation and action, I think about it at scale. The NGO Consortium allowed us to implement our projects with high quality, efficiently, at scale. And that doesn't happen often. The combination between development partners, governments, and NGOs delivering projects on the ground really is why we were able to train as many teachers as we did, deliver as many tools to support learning, have COVID materials in the ground, supports kids with special needs, and all of those things were really essential for the impacts that we ultimately saw.